is here. Frank Ferragine, our flower expert. So today we're talking about ways to deter all those little critters who love to devour your plants over the winter. We want to stop them from doing that, and there are all different ways that you can use to get them away.
Yeah, and we're going to talk a little bit about your home to start out with, because it all kind of relates to the plant. So this is the time of year when things are getting cooler outdoors.
Yes.
And first, those critters, including everything from mice to rats to ladybugs, are all looking for somewhat warm to come to. So they walk by your house, and all of a sudden they feel this warm little draft come out, and they're like, well, that's a good place to go. And they start going into your home.
Right.
Right? So the first thing that you should really be doing is taking a look at your home and really caulking the home.
Yes.
Around your windows, any cracks and crevices. Some of the century homes that are out there as well are huge opportunities for insects to come in, but also for things like mice.
Right.
You can also use something that's going to be a defense mechanism where you can put a little bit of a residual spray. It's going to go around the entranceway to doors and windows that actually doesn't allow any crawling insects to walk in.
Okay, so these are all the things you need to start thinking about now while it's still, you know, it's not that cold out. But yeah, none of us want to really be living with rats or mice.
Yeah, I'm a country boy.
Yes.
And being a country boy, we did have mice coming into our house a lot.
Yeah.
So there's also some solutions if they do come into the house. This is a live mouse trap. So the mouse walks in, and as it walks in, it starts to tilt. Boom.
Oh, okay. So
And
it's
just
not,
closes.
there's nothing painful here.
No. No.
It keeps them alive.
It keeps them alive, and then you relocate that mouse over to somebody you don't like. That's what you do.
You're going down the street, little mouse.
You are going to that. No, I'm not going to say.
You know what, though? The thing about that's so genius is the traditional trap that actually hurts the mouse. I'm actually afraid to go retrieve whatever is in that trap.
My wife, too.
I'm terrified.
Yeah.
So it's much more humane. I don't have to see anything.
Right.
It's
Great
all
project for the
taken care
kids.
of.
Yeah.
Right? The kids will love it. That's a very smart idea.
But there are, you know, mouse population, rat populations are on the rise in rural and urban centers all over the place because there's so much food source available.
Yes.
And so these are real problems that could exist and real problems you need to pay attention to.
Yeah.
So these are some solutions that really help out. So once they're out of your house, then what happens is they go around your gardens, and all of a sudden in the dead of winter when the snow loads are down and there's no food for them to get, they look and they say, well, that is a tasty plant.
Sure is.
And they go up to that tasty plant, and whether it's a rabbit, a mouse, and a rabbit, they go and they start to eat. So for instance, the fruit tree that you have on the side there, that's a pear tree. They love pear trees.
Right.
So one of the easiest things you can do is to wrap the pear tree. And this is a tree wrap, which let's see if you...
This is a tree wrap?
Yeah, let's see how you would go and wrap that.
Okay.
Okay? I didn't give her any... You're going to be pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. So, let me tell you what I like about this wrap. It's not ugly.
Well, it's not ugly.
Right? Because sometimes you find them and the colors are crazy and they don't look very pretty, and all of your plants are going to look gross all winter long. This one's nice. It's streamlined.
So the reason why it's white, too, is it reflects light, so it doesn't create any drying. You want to make sure that it goes down to the base, though.
Whoopsies.
Because mice and rats and things like that will eat first at the base of the tree.
Right.
Slide her down.
There we go.
And then as snow loads start to go up, what happens is you'll find they'll walk on the top of the snow and start eating higher and higher and higher and higher.
Because they're going to get their food.
They're going to get their food.
They're going to figure out how to do it.
So that's just an easy solution for a wrap that you can do that reflects light, so really is beneficial. The key as well is you have to remove that as that tree gets a little bit larger, because if it expands and you leave it all season long, it's going to cause some harm to the bark. Right. So make sure you do that. So
okay, that's cool.
Other solutions too, when it comes to rose bushes, there are something, even though they have the thorns, that's nature's way of protecting itself against anything. You know, they say the thorn on the rose is Cupid's arrow. Did you ever hear my story that I say this? Where love is beautiful with the rose, but painful with the thorn.
Such drama.
But roses also sometimes get eaten during the season, and so there's different products that are out there that are animal repellents.
Okay.
And the animal repellents, when you spray them on, will leave a residual on the plant.
Right.
So what happens is this has something called bitrix in it, and bitrix is bitter.
Yes.
So that rodent goes up there and goes to eat and then tastes it and goes, oh my God, this is bad.
It's terrible.
And then all of a sudden it becomes a trained behavior. They're not going to go to that because they think that's a bad tasting thing.
Right.
Then they go to that place where you don't like and they start to eat all their stuff at the same time.
That's perfect.
So it's really
now, would
important.
that work on pumpkins?
Yeah, it would.
So, you know, when you've got, I mean, our pumpkins get eaten by squirrels, and then it's the entrails are just everywhere all over the front porch. So you can do that.
That will, So this is, so
Good
think about that. And sometimes you can even go to pet stores as well, and you'll see formulated products as well to train your dog. The bitter, right? You do the trained behavior.
Okay.
This is a bay leaf over here, which is a tropical plant for those in the northern areas. And because of this, when we're bringing it in, not only do we have to protect it from bringing it indoors, but we got to think about insects that are coming in.
Yes.
So before you bring your plants inside, you want to use something like an insecticidal soap. That insecticidal soap, spray both the top side and underside of the leaves.
Yeah.
What that does is make sure you're not bringing any insects in. And during the course of the year, there's a good chance that you could get insects. So it's always a good idea to have some of that insecticidal soap around. And people are like, well, how am I getting insects inside?
Yeah.
Well, you walk and you visit a friend's house or you're at a restaurant and you're like, wow, it's so great. And insects actually go, well, they attach to you.
I'm so itchy now.
And then when you go home or you have a dog as well.
Yes.
The dog's out there, he comes back in, that insect jumps on him, jumps on your plants, and then you just do a little spray treatment and you take care of them.
Well, this morning I just brought my plant in, my tropical plant. I just brought it in without doing that.
Yeah,
okay, I'm just going to do this today because that's gross. Okay, but it makes perfect sense that would be happening. So many things you can do, indoor, outdoor, but you just have to always be thinking about protecting them so your plants last.
Right, and that's the key. And protect your homes as well. So this is the time to do that. Ladybugs are one of the only insects that actually overwinter. Yeah. But they're good for us. So if they're inside your house, you can just vacuum them up with a shop vac and then let them go outside.